in your stack, especially in the back, brother. Wanna thank your mother for a butt like that. You're a shocker. Hey, what's the pathetic thing? I wanna know, how does it hang? Straight up, wait up, hold up, Mr. Lover, like Prince Nick, you're a sexy mother.
Welcome to another episode of Film Fanatics presented by St. George News. I'm film critic Bruce Bennett with madaboutmovies.org.
And I'm Deadpool. No, I'm Adam Mast with Cinemast.net.
You may be dead, but you're not Deadpool. But we are today, Adam, talking about Deadpool. Now, this is the true story of Wade Wilson, portrayed with profane panache by Ryan Reynolds. He's a former Special Forces operative turned mercenary superhero. Now, to treat his life-threatening cancer, he's a victim of a rogue experiment that gives him, shall we say, death-defying powers. Let me guess, Adam, you loved this film.
This was entertaining. I'm going to tell you right now. It's an irreverent film.
Oh, to say the least.
It's
yeah.
juvenile, but for me personally, it
Right.
was relentlessly entertaining.
And in some respects, it is groundbreaking in the sense that it takes a much-beloved genre and throws out any of the rules, especially with regards to, language.
Well, yeah, this is my fear, and this has been the talk of the town for the past week since the movie made $1 gazillion. It obliterated records, highest grossing R-rated movie in the history. Is that studios are going to turn all their superhero properties into R-rated movies, and if they do that, they're taking the wrong message from this movie.
There's two things about Deadpool that I do like. I love the origin story and the romance story,
which is surprisingly sweet.
Works in this
it's charming.
film.
It really is charming. It's edgy. As personalities, both characters are.
Yeah, it took me a while to get used to what it was trying to be. It starts out and it's very hyper stylized, and so for the first 10, 15 minutes or so, I was kind of taken aback. I wasn't laughing at all because I wasn't trying to figure out what it was trying to be. Once it settles into telling the story and I realize where it's going, I had a much more entertaining time.
Well, it does throw jokes at you and gags fast and furious. I mean, it comes at a rapid fire
My favorite
clip.
involved the Zamboni. That was my favorite gag.
That was funny. And you know what's really interesting is the movie is subverting and making fun of and embracing superhero tropes all at the same time.
That's right.
And
it breaks the
really
fourth
enjoyed.
wall.
It breaks the fourth wall
twice.
One
time in the same scene. But we also need to say this is definitely an adult film. Please, I know that people have said they've noticed children in the theater.
Yeah.
This is not appropriate for children because even though it's a superhero movie.
This is not your parents' superhero movie at all.
Yeah,
this is a very, very violent and, like you said, profane. Ryan Reynolds, we should mention, I felt like he really owned this role.
Yeah, well, he's wanted to do this film for many, many years.
It's a passion project.
Passion project,
and
for sure.
he owns it in the same way that Robert Downey Jr. owns Iron Man, and the same way Chris Evans owns Captain America. Right. And quite frankly, if they do make a sequel, I hope they stick to their guns and they follow suit, because who in their right mind wants a watered-down Deadpool?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. My suggestion is, please don't make a sequel. There you go. Adam loved it. I say it's tolerable. See it without the kids. That's my recommendation.
I would agree with that.
All right. Well, there, we agree. Okay, that's another episode of Film Fanatics presented by St. George. I'm film critic Bruce Bennett with madaboutmovies.org.
And I'm Adam Mast with Cinemast.net.
And we're Film Fanatics. Are you? Well, there you go. So we agreed. You probably thought I would hate it.
I didn't think you'd hate it. I mean, you liked Night Before earlier this year.
It's
so
tolerable.
You've become more tolerant. You still hated that last Harold and Kumar movie, but you're